meditation, and the whole duration will be 60 minutes. So initially we'll do anapanasati, which is brain coherence, and we'll end it by heart coherence. So we have done this before, so we're going to repeat the same meditation now. 60 minutes anapanasati. So let's begin, friends. Take a comfortable position, sit up straight, clasp your hands, cross your legs, eyes closed. This form of meditation was originally taught by Gautam Buddha. Ana means in breath, Pana means out breath, and Sati means to be with. So Anapanasati means to be with your in-breath and out-breath. Buddha discovered that when you are with your in-breath and out-breath, you cannot be with your thoughts. So you can't be with your inhalation and exhalation and with your thoughts at the same time. As you bring your awareness on your nostrils, slowly, you drift away from your thoughts and you enter a state of no mind. When your mind becomes empty, you draw immense cosmic or pranic energy. This energy is the original source of energy. It is the original medicine which heals you at all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So this is a training for you to move beyond your conscious mind, go past your analytical mind, and move into your subconscious mind. This simple meditation technique is the most powerful and effective way to lose your identity, drop all resistance, raise your vibrations, and enter into a deep state of samadhi and experience pure bliss. Initially, you will follow my guidance and then allow a beautiful mantra, Prana, Apana, Sushma, Hari, to guide you and take you into the inner depths of consciousness. Here, Prana represents the life force and Apana represents out breath, which cleans you at all levels. And Sushma is the Nadi or the energy tube which channels the life force. And Hari means your connection to the infinite intelligence, your connection to the source energy, to the loving divine presence. While you hear these mantras in the background, let them be a reminder for you to continue your awareness on your inhalation and exhalation. And then we'll end the meditation with a prayer for gratitude and blessings and a beautiful song. So I welcome you, dear friends, in this deep, powerful meditation. I hope you enjoy it. I want to invite you to gently shift your awareness to your nostrils. one deep breath in through your nostrils, and as you breathe out, relax. And one more slow, steady breath in, and as you exhale, let your whole body relax. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. Moment of time, nothing else exists but your breath. Just be with your breath. Normal, natural, simple, easy, relaxed breathing. Every inhalation and exhalation, feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. Feel the wave of relaxation sweeping your whole body. Moment of time, completely drop your identity, your personality self, your ego, your analytical mind, which is an extension of your ego. Drop it all. And become pure consciousness. Places, things, time and events, and just be with your in-breath and out-breath. feel your whole body sinking into this generous present moment. The quantum observer, find your mind returning to the known, to the familiar, to people, to things or places in your known familiar reality, to your body, to your identity, to your emotions tied to the past or the predictable future. Simply become aware of your in-breath and out-breath and become one with your breath. Observe each and every breath coming in and out of your nostrils. Sense the temperature in your nostrils. Notice the sensations of the air as it moves in and out of your nostrils. Sense the sharp, cool sensation of the air on the way in and the warm, soft sensation of the air on the way out. Notice it. Sense it. Breath is keenly observed. Are you breathing deep or shallow? Observe. Let not a single breath slip by without your awareness. Anytime your attention seems to wander away with your thoughts, come back to your breath. Bring your attention back to your nostrils and become one with your breath. With every breath, feel going deeper and deeper within. Go deeper. Drift deeper. deep, and even deeper still. And now it's time to become nobody. No one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. Transcend beyond time and space. Become less matter and more energy. Move from particles to wave and become pure consciousness. As you lose yourself in this elegant state of nothingness, pure emptiness, the gap between the thoughts is the state where you tune in to the quantum field of infinite possibilities. This void or the gap is the gateway to infinite potentials that exist in the quantum field, where you draw synchronicities and serendipities into your life. Become an awareness in the infinite field of potentials, and as a quantum observer, invest your energy into the unknown. And the longer you linger into the unknown, the more you draw a new life to you. So simply become aware that you're observing the unknown, and surrender your consciousness back into the void. Surrender any aspects of your limited self to join the greater self. Become no one, nobody, no thing, nowhere, in no time, and unfold into the immaterial realm of quantum potentials. Stay present. And lose yourself in nothing to become everything. guide you further deep as you continue to be one with your breath.
Hare हरि हर हरे। प्राण अपान सुषुम्ना हरि हरि हर हरि हर हरि हर हरे। Hari Har Hari Har Hari Har Hari Prana Apana Sushmana Hari Hari Har Hari Har Hari Har Hari
Gently shift your awareness to the area of your heart, allowing your breath to move in and out of the sacred center. Allow yourself to breathe in more deeply, more soundly, and more completely. And as you breathe from this creative center, focus on your feelings. Notice it. Remember where your attention goes, your energy flows. With every breath, you open your heart. Every breath, activate this creative center furthermore. With every breath, you add more life into your heart with your attention. Feel the expansion in your heart. Feel your connection to the source energy. as you know that your source is the ultimate resource. Breathe. Feel. And move into a new state of being as you rest your attention within the center. Feel immense joy, immense gratitude. Feel immense love. Be thankful for all the things that you are blessed with in your life. Feel the gratitude for your family, your friends, for your possessions. Feel the appreciation for your beautiful body, for your work. Feel the love and connection with plants, animals, with nature, with Mother Earth, which nourishes us. And give immense gratitude, for gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Feel the appreciation in your heart for what you appreciates. Feel immense care, compassion, unconditional love, self-love, kindness, acceptance, and humility. Feel it. Remember this feeling in your heart. Remember it by heart. Your heart is the bridge that connects you to your source. Remember, when things change inside you, things change around you. Feeling a state produces that state. As whatever you emotionally embrace will ultimately slow down in frequency and energy into 3 dimensions as matter. And now, Divine One, sentient being, creator of destiny, center yourself by placing both your hands over your beautiful heart, your soul, acknowledging the sacred place that all things are created from. Acknowledging the divine within you, the power within you. And now, I want you to bless your body, that it be lifted to a new mind, and bless your life, that your life be an extension of your mind. And to bless your future, that it would never be your past, and to bless your past, that it turns to wisdom, to bless the adversities in your life, that it initiates you into greatness, and that you see the hidden meaning behind all things. Bless your soul. Bless the divine within you as it moves in you, as it moves through you, and as it moves all around you. And finally, I want you to give thanks for a new life before it's made manifest, so that your body, as the unconscious mind, begins to experience that future now. Remember this feeling in your heart. Memorize this feeling. Anchor this feeling. Treasure this feeling. And remember by heart. Smile and radiate your love into life, and receive the love from all of life.
So blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful.
And now,
I am so
slowly come back. Slowly bring your awareness back to your new consciousness, to your new body, in a whole new world, in a new environment, in a whole new time. Take your time and slowly come back. And whenever you're ready, you can gently rub both your hands and place it over your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you may gently open your eyes. Take your time and slowly come back, feeling blissful and blessed. Thank you for sharing these moments with me. Immense love and appreciation from my heart to yours. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So friends, we'll take a 3 minute break and then we'll meet again. Yeah, Navki, you're there? Can we hear you?
Yes, I am.
Now can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. And you can hear me and I'm visible, audible. Everything's back to.
Great. So thank you, friends, and thank you for all the messages in the chat. Such beautiful messages. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we'll meet after 3 minutes.
Sudosi budosi niranjanosi Samsara maya parivarjitosi Samsara swapanam trajamohat nidram Najanman mrityor tatsat svarupe Sudosi budosi niranjanosi Samsara maya parivaljitosi Samsara swapanam trajamohat nitram Najanman mrityor tatsat swarupe Sudosi budosi niranjanusi Samsara maya parivaljitosi Samsara swapanam trajamohat nitram Najanma mrityor tatsat swarupe You are forever pure, you are forever true And the dream of this world can never touch you So give up your attachment and give up your confusion And fly to that space that's beyond all illusion You are forever pure, you are forever true And the dream of this world can never touch you So give up your attachment and give up your confusion And fly to that space that's beyond all illusion Tu es sempre puro, tu es verdadeiro E o sonho do mundo não vai te atingir Deixa os apegos, deixa a confusão E vão através de toda a ilusão Tu és sempre puro, tu és verdadeiro E o sonho do mundo não vai te atingir Deixa os apegos, deixa a confusão E vão através de toda a ilusão Deixa os apegos, deixa a confusão E vão através de toda a ilusão Toda barraki, toda barraki grati Khurafati endonia Hargez be todas nemizanad Babas de giraha Sardar gomeraha Para vez be anjay doras eleat Toda barraki, toda barraki grati Khurafati endonia Hargez be todas nemizanad Babas de giraha Sardar gomeraha Para vez be anjay doras eleat
Just 1 minute.
Happy birthday, Komal. So glad you're spending it with us.
Yeah, happy birthday, Komal. Lovely.
So, Shreans, over to you. And we'll go.
Lovely. So thank you, friends. Welcome back. And today's session is one of my very important, one of my favorite topic, and I feel it's a very, very important topic, very subtle topic. Not that many of us realize it, but our inner talk, our self-talk is so much of, when we talk about manifestation, a lot of things is actually we are manifesting in our life, and in fact most of the manifestation happening in our life because of our inner talk. Once we become aware, we realize how we can really change our day-to-day life. So let me start by sharing a slide. So friends, as human beings, we have two unique gifts, and which is only to us, as when you compare it with animal kingdom or any other living species. It is only unique to us as humans. The first is our mind. As we know, 40% as humans, 40% of our brain is frontal lobe, and so our mind is so powerful. And the other is speech, right? So mind and speech, and depending on how we use these two gifts, depending how we use this is reflected. What is outer world will be reflected depending on the usage of these two gifts of a mind and speech. And whether you are an Indian or a French or a German or an American, we all have mind and speech, right? And here, mind, I'm not talking more from the point of view of imagination. We all have with the help of our mind, we have the faculty to imagine whatever we want in our life. Even though it is not there, even if something is not there, but we can imagine it to be there. So if we can use both these tools wisely and creatively, the whole world can be ours. So the difference between God and man is how we use these two gifts. Whether it was Buddha or Krishna or Jesus or Muhammad or Guru Nanak, they all knew how to use these two gifts wisely. And if we learn how to use these two gifts wisely, then we really awaken the God within us to its fullest potential. So now let me share with you the few aspects of our mind. So we have two parts of the mind, and we all know it, right? Conscious mind and subconscious mind. So friends, the conscious mind generates ideas, and whatever ideas it generates, it impresses these ideas on the subconscious. And how does it impress the ideas on the subconscious? Only through the medium of feeling. So whenever conscious gets any ideas, and the moment you feel it, it will be impressed on the subconscious mind. So feelings is the one and only medium through which the ideas are sown into the subconscious. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it is felt. But once felt, the subconscious accepts that idea without any judgment. That's why the subconscious mind is impersonal. The conscious mind is personal. Conscious mind can select what information to take, what not to take, which is right, which is good, which is bad, all that, black, white, everything. Conscious mind is very selective. It can make it personal, but subconscious mind is very impersonal. Whatever ideas you'll impress on it through the means of the feeling, it will accept as true, and it will be stored in your subconscious mind. So be it good or bad, the subconscious mind is indifferent and accept it as truth. Right? So the conscious mind is personal and selective, and the subconscious mind is impersonal and non-selective. The conscious is male, the Shiva energy, and the subconscious is female, the Shakti energy, Nar and Nari, right? So to the conscious generates ideas, and through the means of the feeling, these ideas are impressed on the subconscious mind. So the subconscious is the womb of creation. Subconscious is the womb of creation. And once the subconscious is impregnated with the idea, it gives form and expression to them. Whatever is impressed shall be expressed in your life. So your subconscious mind is like a fertile land, and we reap. So you reap what you sow. So the subconscious is the realm of cause, and this three-dimensional reality is the effect. So the cause is in your subconscious mind, and the effect is in your three-dimensional reality. That's why it says the feeling a state produces that state. Because once you feel it, it is stored in your subconscious mind. And the subconscious is the womb of creation. That's why we say life is not happening to you, life is happening from you. So this is the two fundamental aspects of our mind. Now, the second is the speech. So there are two speeches. One is the outer speech and the inner speech. Right? The outer speech, we all know, we can speak whatever you hear, whatever you talk, it turns into a voice, right? Through your vocal cord, whatever you break comes out is your outer speech. But then there's also inner speech. Inner speech is your self-talk, your inner talk. That nobody can see it, but it's going on. Right? So that is the outer speech and the inner speech. So as I told you, the conscious mind and subconscious mind, so through the means of the feeling, you store it in your subconscious mind. And just a moment. No. Keshav, I want to talk about the power of speech. Just a minute. Sorry, friends, just a minute. Yeah. So first I'm going to talk about our outer talk, right? We said about the speech. One is the outer speech, one is the inner speech. So first I'm going to talk about the power of our outer speech. So they say the poor mouth is equal to poor life. Whatever you speak, you manifest. So friends, our words are like seeds. When you speak something out, you give it life. Because words have energy. And the more intensely you speak or the more emotionally you feel whatever you're speaking, the more you give it life. That's why every word you say is a blueprint that a mind and body works to make it real. So whether you realize or not, you are by speaking, you are actually prophesizing your future. And with repetitions, it becomes reality. So words are windows or they are walls. They can sentence us or they can set us free. Words are energy and can cast spells. That's why it's called spelling, because it can cast spells. So change the way you speak about yourself and others, and you change the life around you. So that's why it is always in all the religion, in all the scriptures, there's so much importance on how you speak, what you speak. Because words are energy. But so many times we keep reaffirming, we keep our focus on our problems, right? We keep talking about our problems. So your energy is only on the problem. So be aware and change what you're speaking. Because what you're not changing, you're choosing. If you keep fighting for your limitations, you got to keep it. And the more you talk about your problems, the more you keep it activated in your vibration and your vibration around you. So don't talk about the problem, talk about the promise. When you verbalize the thought, you give it a right to come to pass. That's why every sentence is an affirmation to yourself. Right? So many times we have been told regular use of positive affirmations. But actually every sentence is an affirmation to yourself. That's why be impeccable with your words. Because if you realize how powerful they are, then you'll be very careful with your words. So our physical health depends on what goes in your mouth, what goes into your mouth, right? And our mental and emotional health is reflected by what comes out of your mouth. The way a person speaks, you can tell about that person. And all these labels and vows are self-fulfilling prophecies. Sometimes you take a vow, right? I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to do this. And you do it when you do it with such strong intensity, or when you take a vow with such a strong intensity, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whether it is positive or negative. Or sometimes we label people around us, we label our own kids. And what is happening when you do that? You are influencing them. They start believing it to be true. Children hear through their eyes. So not just through the ears, but also through their eyes. So they even see what you're doing, and they'll copy that. So depending on the language you use is very important, especially over those we have power over others. So always, whatever we want the other person to do differently, always express it in a positive language. Do you know that only 10% of the conflict is due to difference of opinion? 90% of the conflict is due to wrong tone of voice. It is not just interpersonal. The conflict between communities, the conflict between religions, the conflict between nations. Just because a president of a country or one leader of one nation spoke wrongly about about a leader of another country, two countries are fighting. And history is a proof. Millions of people have died just because somebody ticked off by the way the other person spoke about the other person. So only 10% conflict is due to difference of opinion. 90% is due to wrong tone of voice. So say as request, not demand. Demand response is either submissive or rebellion. Right? Sometimes we see with our children, right? Either they become very submissive or they become rebel. As Varun said in his class, right? In Brave Ways, 0 to 6, they are into the delta state. Then 6 to 12, they are into alpha state. Then from 12 onwards, they are experiencing beta. And then high beta later on as they grow further. So all of a sudden you see, my child is now talking back to me. What's wrong with him? How can he be like this? But all through, for the last 12 years, while he was only absorbing, you were speaking, you were saying a demand, not as request, because you had power over that child. Because he's an easy scapegoat. Your child is an easy scapegoat, because if nobody else is listening, I can use my ego, my power over my child. And then either the child becomes submissive or the child becomes rebellion. And both are not good for the child. So use the positive aspects of each other to tune into who you really are. Catch your children doing right rather than doing wrong. Whatever you want them to change or do differently, first appreciate for what they are doing right. Create a positive platform. And then whatever you want to do it differently, whatever you want them to do it differently, say it in a positive language. Express it in a positive language. In an encouraging language. I'll give you an example of Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison is one of the greatest scientists, greatest inventors in the history of mankind. So when his mother died, when he became very popular and his mother died, he found a letter in his mother's drawer, and he opened that letter. And when he saw that letter, he started crying. There were tears flowing in his eyes. So, what was that letter about? When he was in a school, the school principal wrote that letter to the mother, which mother never showed it to Thomas Edison. The school principal wrote a letter that your son is not able to catch up with the other children. He's not intelligent enough, and because of that, the teachers are finding it difficult for him to cope up him to cope up with the other students, other intelligence of the other students, and so we have no choice but to expel him from the school. Because it is slowing the progress of all the other children also in the class. And the mother told Thomas Edison that, the principal told you that you are super intelligent. When he was a child, he said you are super intelligent, and because of your extra intelligence, other children are not able to catch up with your intelligence. So I am going to give you homeschooling. And Thomas Edison believed that. And then and he always believed it and turned out to be the biggest inventor. So friends, now I spoke about the outer speech. Now I'm going to talk about inner speech, the inner talk, right? Our self-talk. And that is so important. Most of the time we believe nobody is saying, so who knows what's going on? How does it matter? But the truth is, our inner talk is a key to our manifestation journey. So here, sometimes, for example, you meet a new person. So many times when you meet a new person, you say, "Oh, nice, good to meet you," right? After an hour, you spend the time with that person, you talk and this and that, you form an opinion about that person. Sometimes you don't like that person, right? So your inner talk starts going on. Oh my God, this guy is so boring. But the person, when you say goodbye to each other, you say, "Oh, hi, nice. Oh, it was so nice to meet you." So our outer talk could be so different. There's something different, but what's going on in our inner talk is so different. And inside you say, "Oh my God, this guy was so disgusting. Wasted my time." So most of the time, our outer speech does not necessarily conform to our inner feelings. But just because because your outer speech is different does not mean your inner feeling can be ignored. Because the quantum field or the God or the higher power does not see the outer speech but the inner speech. Because your inner speech is always backed by the feelings, by the honest feelings, by the true feelings. That's why every inner speech is an affirmation to ourselves. Because your inner speech directly goes into your alpha state, into your alpha brain. Because there is no resistance, right? Because you believe it to be true. If I believe that person was so boring, I believed it to be true. And because I believe it, now there was no resistance. And when there is no resistance, it is backed by that feeling. I genuinely felt that he was so boring. And now it goes into my subconscious mind. And when it goes into your subconscious mind, that is what manifests in the outer world. So it's our inner speech. It's our inner speech which is frozen as our outside world. Our whole individual world is a revelation of our inner speech. So control your inner conversation during the day. That's why awareness is so important. That's why Buddha said awareness is the key agent for change. Time and again during the day, stop and ask, what am I thinking now? Observe what you're doing from the inside. Because that is what the universe is seeing, the universe is watching. That's what the universe is hearing. And the universe says, all right, let me manifest that. Let me make it true. Let me play that match game. Let me match it. Because that's your feeling, so that's your vibration. So our whole vast manifested world is our solidified inner speech. The outside mirrors the inside. As within, so without. So what you see outside are the contents of your consciousness. What you see outside are the ingredients of your consciousness. Your world in every detail is your consciousness objectified. And that's why confirm your inner speech. Always confirm your inner speech in direction of your wish fulfilled. In direction of your wishes fulfilled. Ask yourself time and again, what is my dream? What is my aspiration? What is my wish? And is my inner speech is in direction of that, or is it in opposite direction? So many times we want something, but our inner speech is saying something. So what sentence will imply what you are now? Use that for what you would like to be. So your inner speech, whatever you would like to be, make sure that your inner speech is in that direction. Is implying at the moment, in your present now, your inner speech is implying what you would like to be. That's why we say, and so use the power of your imagination. Use your vivid imagination. So for example, you want others' positive response. So imagine that others are giving you that positive response. No matter what they are doing now, but you can imagine the others giving that positive response. By imagining it, you are influencing that. Of course, it also depends whether they are receptive to that or not. But telepathically, you are influencing them. So there is a very good probability that they will respond to you positively. And even if they don't, at least you have done your job. You have done your best. And by doing that, you have created the right vibration for yourself. But a lot of times we take our relationships very personal. A lot of times if somebody is not responding positively or not talking to you in a right way, and you say, oh, I was so good to that person, but why is that person doing like this to me? But maybe you are not good to others around you. Okay, that person is your boss, so you have no choice but to be good to them. But what about how you behave with the others whom you have power over others? How you behave with your juniors, with your subordinates, with your servants, with your driver, with your children? So if that is not the right behavior, then maybe the boss is not behaving with you correctly, because this is how you behave with those on whom you have power. So now somebody who has power over you is not behaving to you or with you rightly, and then you blame your boss. But the universe is not. The universe is not personal. The subconscious mind is very impersonal. Whatever vibration whatever is your vibration output, It will be represented by the people, by people, places, things, times, and events. That's why the best use of imagination is creativity. And the worst use of imagination is anxiety. Because when you're in a state of anxiety, you're speculating the worst future. And when you're in a creative mindset, you're imagining a golden future, an awesome future for yourself. You're so creative. So control imagination, control inner talk is our key to success. So to stop spending your thoughts, time and money. Everything in your life must be an investment. To spend means, when you're spending means there is no hope of return or to waste, right? And to invest means expecting a return on your equity. So same way, your thoughts are precious. If your inner talk is negative, then what is happening? You're consuming that energy. They are sucking energy out of you. Then you are wasting your energy. But if your inner talk is positive, is in direction of your dreams, your desires, is creative, then it enhances your energy. Then it is not you're not wasting your thoughts, you're investing your thoughts. Then there's a hope of there's a hope of return. Then you're not spending your thoughts. Spending means there's no hope of return. So stop spending your thoughts, time and money. Everything should be invested. Right? So with time is precious, right? Time must produce some return. So our thought is nothing but our inner speech. So it should be actually invested and not wasted. And we've seen it, right? So a lot of times within our own family, our most loved ones, including your spouse especially, your husband or wife, whatever. So we love that person, but our inner speech is in a different direction. There's so much of resentment, anger, there's so much of resistance, so much of wanting to change that person. Non-stop, you're always thinking. Small argument happens, but you're disturbed the whole day. Both are disturbed the whole day. And the whole day the inner talk is of resistance. 10 times you're doubting your marriage, whether it's worth it or not. But you love that person. You want the marriage to be happy, but your inner conversation is a different direction. And then you are wondering why your marriage is not working. And telepathically, whether both of you are communicating to each other telepathically with your inner conversation. And it is not about marriage, it could be in any relationship. And then we go round and round in the circle of disappointments and misfortune, not seeing them that it is caused by inner talking. And instead we keep blaming others. So the truth is, others only echo what we whisper to them in secret. So whatever is your inner conversation, the truth is you are whispering to them in secret. You are communicating that to that person. And what they are doing is they are communicating it to you. So our events all our events and relationships in our life is our inner world made visible. They are only mirroring what is your inner world. And the truth is most of us rob others of their willingness and their ability to be kind and generous by our fixed mental attitudes towards them. Because of the judgments, and your judgment carries an emotional charge. What you judge is then you draw more of that from them. And then you wonder, oh, my wife is so kind and generous and so happy with her friends or with others, but why she is like this to me? Or your mother-in-law, or your employer, your employee. Because your mental argument is non-stop going. Outward it could be very peaceful. It could be very diplomatic. But inside the mental argument is going on. The inner criticism is going on non-stop. And not only it goes on non-stop, it goes very intensely. And more the intensity, the more that outward reality. And that's why you have control. You have control over the behavior of others as it relates to you. As your inner conversation and vibration is evoking that corresponding response from them, corresponding behavior in them. So friends, if we can learn to use our inner conversation creatively, we can actually enjoy the thrill of it. And you can experiment with it. And you will see the change the same day. It is so much of fun when you change your inner conversation. You will see same day, you will see the person behaving differently. People, the situations around you start changing. Subtly, but surely. And most of the time we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Because our imagination, depending on what we are imagining, your inner conversation is triggered. Now your mind starts creating stories. We suffer not because of the situation, but because of our thoughts around it. Because eventually it is your thoughts, as you interpret that situation, that gives you suffering, not the situation. That's why Buddha said, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. You are not, you or I am not, is no exception. You and me are both, none of us are any exceptions. We all go through pain in our life. But to suffer with that because of that pain is an option. The problem is not the problem. How you think about the problem is the problem. That's why Wayne Dyer said, nobody can make you unhappy without your consent. Nobody can make you unhappy without your consent. No people, no place has power, or no event has power over you. He says there are no justified, Wayne Dyer said there are no justified resentments. There are no justified resentments. No matter how much you try to justify. So our inner conversation our inner conversations are perpetually outpictured all around in our happenings. It's a continuous process. And a lot of times, we become hardwired, right? We become addicted to certain emotions. So a lot of times we think even from the past. You don't see your wife. You see the image of her that you've created in last 20 years or 30 years. Even before she has completed a sentence, we have already judged her because we already created her image, or anyone in her life, right? So every time you think about the negative event from the past, what happens? Your body produces the same chemical as when it happened. So that means you relive the experience simply because you haven't let it go. And when you produce the same chemical, you feel it. So is the vibration. And the universe doesn't care whether you're imagining it or whether it is coming from the past. It will bring the same into your life. Because that is your vibration. And then you'll call it karma. This is your karma. Then you say, oh, this is happening in my life because it must be my bad karma in my past life. That's why I'm suffering. What to do now? I have no choice but to suffer. The more you suffer, the more you draw that into your life, and you enter that vicious cycle of suffering. A lot of times we see good people suffer. They are very nice people, but they are suffering because of their inner conversation. Because they're still thinking of something which happened 20 years back, but they are not able to let it go. So friends, stop turning your mental and emotional television to watch the same program over and over again. That's why a controlled inner conversation is the way to transform what you want to see and hear in the outward world. That's our free will. It is our free will. That's how free will overrides our karma. Because today, right now, you have a power to transform your emotions, our feelings, your inner conversations. And when you do that, you transcend your karma. So it's a choice. Either you can believe in your free will or fairy tales of your karma. And another important thing is never entertain an undesirable feeling or think sympathetically of any wrong, be it any shape or form. There's no point, do not dwell. There's no point dwelling on the imperfection of yours or of others. In fact, use the positive aspects of each other to tune your inner conversation. Do not dwell, do not feel what you do not want to be done unto you or others. A lot of times we waste so much time in feeling guilt or regret. Every regret is a fresh blunder. The guilt in the emotional scale, the regret and guilt are the lowest on the emotional scale. It has the densest vibration. It pulls you down. It sucks you down. It sucks the maximum energy out of you. So every guilt, So do not waste one moment in regret or guilt. For to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is actually to reinfect yourself. You already made a mistake. Now if you keep feeling about the mistakes of the past, now you're making another mistake. Let the dead bury the dead. Every guilt is a fresh blunder. And what do we do with our children? We induce more guilt, more shame in them, more regret in them. Remember what Einstein said, you cannot solve the problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. Now the consciousness of these emotions of regret, guilt, shame, do you think that it is going to transform, do good to yourself or good to your children? Yeah, we should admit our mistake. We should learn from our mistake. We should learn from our failures. But there's no point feeling guilty about it. So what? It's a part of human experience, making mistakes. We learn from mistakes. There are no failures, there are only lessons. Sometimes because of we keep so much of our inner talk goes so much on defending ourselves. You start having some small argument, but sometimes you're not able to speak because maybe it's with your boss, you can't speak, but your inner argument is going on because you want to defend yourself, you want to hang on to yourself, to your point of view, to your perception. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Because then you are living in a constant state of resistance. And then you wonder why my manifestation is not working. So you can't get to where you want to go by mostly aware of where you don't want to be or what's missing in your life. And mind is very manipulative. Our mind unconsciously loves problems because it gives you an identity of sorts. It's coming. Our ego loves problems. Ego always wants somebody on the other side. And in the topic later on master classes on ego, I'm going to talk much more about it. Ego loves enemies. Sometimes we see people, they always need one enemy at a time. At least one enemy should always be there. Because that keeps them engaged. That keeps them feeding their their emotional addiction. So friends, withdraw your attention from inner thoughts of what's troubling you most. Because what you resist, you persist. What you fight, you strengthen. And that's why the time to give up the struggle is in the struggle. Anytime, be aware, day and night, whenever, be more and more aware of your inner thought. When your inner thought is of struggle, is about resistance, is about anger, frustration, that is the time to change the direction of your thought. The time to give up the struggle is in the struggle. That is the time where you can redirect it to focus on the solution, not on the problem. Because what you focus on expands. With every thought you are creating it. You're creating that future. You're creating that probability. Every thought is that manifestation. So we have to learn how to reach for better feelings, thought by thought, moment by moment. Because what you feel about, you bring about. And this is the law, and whole life exists. So watch your inner commentary. What is the non-stop commentary going on? For what the universe sees, what the quantum world sees, what the quantum field sees, is your inner depth, sees into the inner depth of your being. Others may not see it, but the quantum field sees it. And our whole world is built on this inner conversation. The truth is, the only one that matters sees you every moment of time. And that's the field. Or you may call it your father or God, whoever, whatever you want to name that.
Shreans, could you repeat this, please?
The only one that matters sees you every moment of time. And that's the field, or that's your father, or and by father I mean the God.
Yeah. The only one.
The only one, the creator. So friends, you can alter your life. You can alter your life if you change your inner conversation. And the thing is, your inner conversation is happening. Morning, evening, day, night. It's going on and on. And then you take it to your, then it does not stop there. You even take it to your dreams. And even in the dream, you're still talking. Sometimes, you see, you get up from a dream. You have some bad dream or some scary dream, and you get up and your whole body is sweating. Because your body does not know, your mind does not know that we are imagining it's actually happening. Even in your dream, even in your sleeping state, you are creating that vibration. And I'm going to talk a lot about sleep tomorrow. Tomorrow is a topic, interesting topic, again related to this topic, prayers and sleep. And how we can use the power of our prayers, how the prayers should, how to pray, how to be more effective while praying, how to sleep. All that we'll learn tomorrow. So I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow. So friends, our whole vast world is this inner conversation pushed out. Because whatever is your inner conversation, you own it, right? You own your inner conversation. You always believe it to be true. You always accept it to be true. And what you own must come to you. Don't you want it? Anything you want that back. So if you've owned your inner conversation, that is what the universe will give it back to you. And then with your continuous inner conversation, it becomes your second nature. It becomes hardwired in your brain. It becomes your neurorigidity. Nerve cells that wire together, wire together. It becomes, that is equated to your nature. And it becomes your state of being, and your state of being is your personality. And then your personality creates your personal reality. So, but you can change it. You can change it anytime. You can change it only by changing this conversation. We are all Buddhas, we are all Christ, but only thing is we need to awaken ourselves. We need to become more aware. Every one of us is moving towards the fulfillment of being God, or awaken that God within. All we need to do is to become more aware, more conscious. The more conscious we become of your unconscious thoughts, the more unconscious you will go during the course of the day. Because the moment you become aware, you become separate from that. That inner conversation loses its identity because now you're seeing it separately. You're observing it as a consciousness. The moment you become separate from it, the moment it loses its identity, then it loses its intensity. The moment it loses its identity, it loses its intensity. As long as you identify with that thought, it will become more and more intense. That's why awareness, being witness to your thoughts itself is such a powerful act. And it's a practice. So, always carry on your inner conversation as if your wishes are fulfilled. Even though it has not happened, but think it in that way, as if it's already happened. Let it be a thing of love. And a lot of times we keep our inner conversation is a lot about our self-justification. We keep justifying ourselves in our mind. We may not say to that person, but in our mind, we keep justifying. What I did was right. How can he talk to me like this? How can she talk to me like this? Because we want to keep justifying ourselves. And then days goes in just that thing. In just self-justification. Even if you're wrong, your ego does not want you to admit it. But the truth is, you don't always have to be right. A mistake not admitted is another mistake. So friends, use the gifts of your mind and your inner speech wisely. Yes, remember, two human beings, two unique gifts. Our mind and our speech. So why not use it wisely? Another important thing is, so many times we read newspapers, right? We read the morning headlines of disaster, some tragedy, some war, some murder. And most of our newspapers are all about negative news. Most of the news we watch on TV, they love having debates on the TV. Creating controversies. But that's what sells. That's what they get the TRP. Because people love doing that. Because they are feeding. Because through that they're feeding their own emotions, which their people are addicted to, and they are feeding it more. Because for them you are the product. But what happens? What happens when you're doing that? Then that's your inner dialogue. That becomes your inner dialogue, and that's the world then we are creating. Because inwardly you repeat whatever you are reading, right? Now that whole thing, whatever you read or whatever you heard in the news, is in your imagination. So what do you think? Do they remain idle in your mind? No, they don't remain idle in your mind. They balloon and objectify in our outer world and solidify as our manifested world. And then you wonder why my manifestation is not working. So it's a choice. Either we want this news or we are being fed with this news. Our smartphone constantly feeding with this news. And we love it. We don't like it, but still all our time is going into that. So a manifested world reflects what use or misuse we have done to these two gifts. That's why Mark Twain said, if you don't read newspaper, you are uninformed. But if you read a newspaper, you are misinformed. So whenever it does not any time, whether always ask yourself, what is my mental diet? That's why, depending on what is the program you go to sleep, before you go to sleep. That's why it's called a program, because it's programming your mind. What programs do you watch? So say to yourself, if it does not evolve me, it does not involve me. Remember this simple things and simple mantra in life. If it does not evolve me, it does not involve me. So I'll just take 5 more minutes.
Yes, absolutely. It's so enlightening. You could go on and on. Please.
Thank you. So friends, others' individual words, remember this, others' individual words are self-revelations of our own inner speech. And again, I'll tell you, don't equate it with your personal behavior with them. Equate it with your general vibration, which is the average of your inner speech. So use your imagination and transform and channel the immense creative energies of your inner speech from the mental and emotional plane to the physical plane. And it's a thrill. I'm telling you, it's such fun to do this. I'll give you an example. Just now, 3 days back, I went to Amsterdam just for a day. I had a work. So me, my wife, and I was to pick up my son. So while on the return trip, we were in a different flights, and I wanted to prepone my ticket to the same flight, in which my son was. He was in a 2-hour earlier flight. So the day we landed, we went to the counter. And they said the lady was very strict, and she said, no, it's tomorrow, so we'll look at it tomorrow. This big line, we can't waste our time now, which is 24 hours later. And she was rude. And before reaching her counter, I was seeing her that, oh, she's positive and she's done it, right? But she was rude, and but I said, okay, fine. Whatever is in my highest good, it's fine. So what? If it happens, so be it. If it doesn't happen, so be it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So we came back. Next day morning, again we went to prepone our flight. On the counter, I met the same lady, and I'm visualizing again in my mind. You're amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm so thankful to you for accepting my request, my honest request. And when I went there, she said, I don't think so. There are no seats available in this flight. I doubt that I can give you the same seats. But wait, let me check. And she said, I'll upgrade you to a better class. I understand you are traveling with your son, so you want to travel with your son, so I'll upgrade you to a better class. And she upgraded us to a better class.
Wow.
And my wife was saying, oh my God, no, I hope you don't go to the same lady, same counter. And we went there. And in my mind, I'm saying, no, I'll keep my conversation positive. And it's okay if it happens, it's okay if it doesn't happen. So what? Not a big deal. So your inner conversation can sometimes when you, in spite of your challenge and in spite of your problem, when you don't change what you are, when you don't go into the resistance mode, the universe will reward you for that. This is again a law of manifestation, and it will reward you more than you even deserved, because you passed that test. The universe say, oh wow, in spite of this, you were emotionally you didn't let your vibration, you still didn't let anything lose your vibration. It's not that situation. That situation was not able to overpower your right vibrational state. All right. So let me reward you. Let me give you more of the vibration which you are carrying now, and you will get a reward for it. And that often you will see it very soon. That could be very, very, very soon. So sometimes these things comes as a test, but it's a thrill. If you practice it, it becomes fun. So extend your senses. Look and imagine that you're seeing what you want to see, that you're hearing what you want to hear, and that you're touching what you want to touch. Use all your sensory perceptions. Why not? If we have that faculty, why not? Become intensely aware of doing and giving your imaginary states all the tones and feelings of reality, all the shades of reality. It's your canvas. You can paint it the way you want. Why not? It's your choice. Nobody can stop you. So become intensely aware of doing and give all your imaginary states all the tones and feelings of reality, and keep doing until you arouse within yourself the mood and of accomplishment and the feeling of relief or the feeling of satisfaction. When I went to the counter, I was not. There was no feeling what if it doesn't happen. I was going with the feeling of satisfaction. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, fine. But I have done my job to the best of my ability. And when you practice this, friends, that's how imaginal acts become facts. That's how imaginal acts become facts. That's why Einstein said, true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Imagination is more important than knowledge. And the beauty is, whatever you want can come to you wherever you are. Location means nothing. Your vibration goes everywhere. Your inner talk, your inner speech, you can communicate with somebody who is thousands of miles away. Right? The quantum field is beyond time and space. Whatever you want can come to you wherever you are. Location means nothing. Your vibration goes everywhere. So practice, friends. I'll sum it up now. So practice your inner speech as a speech of your fulfilled desire. It does not matter if at the present moment the external facts may deny the truth of your assumption. They may be so contradictory to your assumption of your desire. So what? But if you persist in your assumption, it will become a fact. The mind always behaves according to the assumption with which it starts, right? So assume the feeling of your wishes fulfilled in the faith that that assumption will find its expression through you. Believe in yourself. So conceive yourself to be the one you want to be, and remain faithful to that conception. Imagination is what? Image in. That is why it's called imagination. And life here is only a training ground. Life here is only a training ground for image making. So the great secret of success is a controlled inner conversation from the premises of fulfilled desire. Every inner words you say is a blueprint that your mind and body works to make it real. All you need is to drop your old self and give up your former conversation. That's why Carlos Castaneda said, give up your story, give up your history. So friends, that's why change your mental diet. Feed your mind only loving, noble thoughts. Every one of us is a sum total of our own thoughts and feelings. We are nothing but we are exactly the sum total of our own thoughts and feelings. So sometimes we need to deny the evidence of our senses, evidence of our current reality. That's why we do brain coherence, heart coherence, to deny the evidence of the current reality, because that might be challenging. So deny the evidence of the senses and appropriate the feeling of wishes fulfilled is the way to realization of your desire. Turn away from the appearances, turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours as if you already are, that you are the one you wish to be. That's why Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. When things change inside you, things change around you. And friends, I understand that it's easier said than done, but it's all about practice. So just practice. And I understand it is not easy to do what to do, even though you know what to do. Even I can teach. It's easy for me to teach, but the true test is to follow my own teachings. And it's okay. You may fail, but then every time you overcome yourself, every time you change the direction of your conversation, in a conversation, it's a victory. So keep on practicing it. That's why mindfulness, right? Meditation is a preparation, but mindfulness is the test, and manifestation is the result. To awaken means to awaken out of the self-talk in the head. Because the self-talk is a form of hypnosis, right? We are hypnotized by our self-talk. It is the self-hypnosis. And that's why to awaken means to awaken out of the self-talk in the head. And friends, you're not going to master the rest of your life in a day. I always keep saying this. You're not going to master the rest of your life in your day. So just master the day and keep repeating every day. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Don't wait for one day, then I'll be perfect. Continuously improve. It's a journey. It's not a destination. We are all work in progress. Neville Goddard says, we arrive to higher levels of consciousness not because we have curbed the passions, but because we have cultivated our virtues. So cultivate right virtues, cultivate right feelings, right thoughts. That's why mastery of self-control of your thought and feeling is your highest achievement. Spirituality is not about feeling good. Spirituality is about getting good at feeling. You master the art of feeling. That's why it's an art, and it needs practice. It needs awareness. And meditation is a great tool. Mindfulness is a great tool. So friends, I'll end by a quote of Rumi. Rumi said, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. But today I am wise, so I want to change myself. Thank you.
Wow. So illuminating. I can understand why this is one of your favorite sessions. So inspiring.
Thank you, Nafki.
And I think you've taken it a step above Rumi by changing yourself and changing the world. Right. Go to questions now.
Yes, we'll go to questions. So thank you, friends. I most of the time I take your question hour to mine. So I sincerely apologize for. I would love to honor your time, but sometimes I feel we're in the topic and just in a flow, so might as well complete it.
Yeah, Shreans, you never have to say that. Please read the messages. Everyone's like, we can't get enough. And so many questions automatically get answered anyway when you're talking.
Thank you.
Keshav, can we start? Beena, are you there? Beena Koku?
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Hi. Am I audible?
Yeah, Bina. We can hear.
Oh, thank you so much. It was like, okay. I hope I'm visible also.
Yeah.
This is the second time I'm attending this session, right? I must confess, I was going through what exactly happened, what exactly was the lesson today was driven by you, and exactly the relationship of boss and employee. Now, my question to you is, it was like overwhelming and very eye-opener for me. It was a question within myself saying, what did I do? Why am I going through this? Right? I've got a response through your session today. Thank you so much, sir. My question remains this way. Okay, how do I change my thought towards a person, right? You said what I give is what I'm going to get back, right? But my boss, I've always perceived it differently. So how do I change that? You did give one gist about your experience in the airport. So how do I affirm myself in a positive way in a situation like this? It's just not one.
So first thing is to take responsibility. First thing is to accept that this is I created my reality.
Right.
Right. So the moment you accept reality, accept your responsibility, you drop the resistance. Because the moment I created it, so then there's no blame game, right? The moment you stop blaming others, then you drop the resistance. So anything that you accept fully will take you into peace. So first is to come to that state. And then you can change your inner conversation. Then but if I created this, then I also have the power to create what I want. So now I'm going to change my conversation into what I want. And meditation is a very powerful tool. Meditation, that's what meditation helps, right? It takes you into it transcends your emotional state. And in that emotional state, then you can change your inner conversation. You can change the conversation of what you want your boss to be, or how would you be rather than what you want your boss to be. How would you be? How would you feel if you get the ideal boss? What you would like to be? What you would like your work environment to be? How would that make you feel? And bless that person. Maybe that person is going through something. It is not about you. It's not about you personal. Even if you go or somebody else comes, it is nothing personal to do with you. So understand that everybody is going through their own journey. And it is their perspective. Everybody is going through their own perspective, right? So the truth is all situations are fundamentally neutral. When we assign the meaning, good, bad, right, wrong, black, white, whatever meaning you assign, when you assign that meaning, the moment you assign the meaning, you buy that experience into your life. You draw that experience into your life. So the more you assign meaning to that relationship, to that situation, depending on what meaning you're assigning, you're going to draw it into your life. So why not change it? Why not change it to what you want and try it? Just try it. Just see the thrill, how powerful you are. But we don't want to practice it because we are conditioned to believe that change happens outside of us. We are hypnotized to believe that change happens outside of us.
So are you saying that we will be able to influence the other person the way we want them to behave with us?
So the two, three things might happen, right? The universe has its own way of doing things. Either the person behavior will change, either you may have a new boss, or you may have a new job, or even you may have a new environment which is more fulfilling, more satisfying. So something will happen which will give you that emotional, enrichment, which will give you that emotional richness, right? Bottom line is whatever we are doing is for that emotional payoff. So anything can happen. Probabilities could be anything. So that's why focus on the feeling that you want to feel, if that has already happened. And when you feel that feeling, that is your vibrational output, and the universe will play the match game, which is to the best of your interest. You and me may not know which is best to our interest, because we see from the lens of our past, from our limited life experiences. But the universe knows what best for you, and it will give you more than what you want. It will reward you. It will surprise you. Like,
Okay. I have another question. You talked about the tone, right?
Right.
The tone in which we speak is what the perception would be and stuff like that. So now, does it carry an intent? Assume I have a good intent, but my tone is loud and I speak something which may not be acceptable by the person opposite to me. For instance, you spoke about children. We love our children, but the tone in which we speak to them would be like, commanding kind of a thing, because we feel that they are ours, right? In this, the intent is not wrong. Intent is very good. We love them. We want them to be the best. But the tone in which we speak may not be favorable, right? So
yes, so it is harming them and it is harming you also.
So even though intent is good, the tone is what counts on, is what you're saying?
Intent is always good. We all want, my intent is to be rich, but why am I poor? Intent is always rich. Intent is always good. But the intent is going north, but the feeling is going south. So unless the intent is backed by the reciprocative feelings, you're not going to manifest what you want in your life. You're harming your children, right?
Is that an energy of a person who's receiving also? Maybe the receiving person may not be at a high level of energy, so they may receive whatever we speak in a negative way.
Of course. So it could be both. It could be both either ways. But you see, your choice is to be your best. How the other person receives or not receives is none of our business. Because that is not, we don't have power over that. So why not take power over what we have and give your best and forget the rest?
Okay, the other's perceiveness is not in our control, right? But what if suppose the perceiveness is against us? That's where I was coming from.
But you have that. But to an extent, you have control over how you can influence them in a positive way. You do that. But now, eventually, it is their choice. It is mutual, right? It is their free will also. So then, but that does not matter. What you are concerned is your law of attraction. You are concerned about your vibration, because you know that law of attraction will work according to your life, will work according to your vibration. They are creating their life according to their vibrations. So leave it to their journey. You focus on your journey, right? Why are we being obsessed by what others are doing? Care about what others think, and you'll always be the prisoner.
Okay.
You wanted to say something. Wait.
No,
Sorry, I somewhere I feel that, you know, by being oneness, like, you know, I be what I am, is does not sometimes help in the real life. You know, you need to go according to the society. Sometimes we say, okay, this is what we are, but that doesn't help in some way. That has been the experience. So I was just trying to understand how I can overcome this. So anyways, I think I have been highly benefited by attending this class, sir, and I will continue to attend. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, Beena. Very nicely explained. Navya, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I won't be able to switch on my video because I'm so comfortable with it. So I mean,
Where are you from? What you do? And go ahead. Yeah.
so what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I work for Accenture. I'm a delivery excellence consultant. I don't know how it's been done because I always skip the Q&A session, so I don't know what is the cliche kind of way to ask question. So yeah, of course, the session has been really, really great, and I mean, due to some reasons, I'm not being like so regular, but. So today, what question like came to my mind is that, like, you know, when you said, like, you know, we can control others, how they would behave towards us, like, you know, by inner talk or whatever. So what if, you know, I don't know, I think I faced this is what I'm just assuming would have happened, because sometimes we feel that, you know, we act or behave in a way that, you know, that is not us, like, you know, we are not that, like, you know, the personality is not like that, and suddenly we behave in a way, and then later we think, oh my god, that's not me, but how did I behave that way? Is it something the other person would have manifested? You know, because I know that one, like, you know, someone was like, you know, always there was a fear, like there was fear from that other person, and, you know, though I didn't intend to fight or I didn't intend to be rude or whatever, I'm usually not like that with anybody, but I don't know, with that one particular person, I was so rude, with, you know, which I don't say such stuff or behave in that way. But still, I did that, and then I wonder, like, why is that I behave that way? Because that's not me. So why would that would have happened? So I wanted to know that, is it the manifestation from the other side?
So you know, it's always law of attraction is always working, and it's working both ways. So it's always law of attraction, but that cannot be a reason for you to. That could be an awareness of you. That could be an awareness of you, but that does not justify your behavior, right? So what triggers you about others only reflects the part of you that you need to heal, that needs your attention, that needs your compassion, that needs your loving attention, because sometimes some emotions are deep buried, and they become, and you get triggers to that person. So you can never have an argument with a fully conscious person, right? So if you are fully conscious, in that moment you went unconscious. But if you're fully conscious, no person or people has a power over you to trigger you, right?
Yeah.
In that moment you went unconscious, so no worries. You become aware, next time you'll be better, right? At that moment, and when you think about it, laugh at it. You don't have to make it so serious. And next time you'll be better. Next time you'll master yourself. Next time you meet that person, you will be very aware of your thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, but, you know, the situation became so, you know, bad that I don't know whether we would actually talk again.
That doesn't matter. I mean, I give you that understanding, right? So what is more important is to work on ourselves, right? That is most important.
Yeah, and one more, sorry, I don't want to take much time. One more question I have. So, like, for example, I know if I desire something really, you know, if, like, very deeply, and, you know, and we know that it's so important to us. For example, if I have a goal and if I want something, it's so important to me, and I would have worked so hard for like many years to get that. And because it's so important to us, we even that fear also comes along with that, like because it's so important that you don't want to go wrong anywhere. So how do you overcome those fears, like because I know that when you're manifesting, fear can also resist that,
Right.
or it can delay the process or something. But how do you overcome those fears? You don't, I mean, meditation, I know it would be the answer, but I don't know. I've been trying, but I don't think, I don't know, because my mind is so restless. For me to meditate, I think it would take more and more practice. But is there any other solution other than meditation?
So I'll give you a solution to drop resistance. So the moment you leave your obsession with physical manifestation,
Okay.
your obsession should be with emotional manifestation.
Okay, like how I would feel when I get it.
Yeah, how would you feel? So if you're emotionally manifested, your job is done, because your vibration always precedes manifestation. Manifestation does not happen all of a sudden. It is always preceded by a vibration. So your job is only to maintain that right vibration, right?
Yeah, that is not happening because of the fear. Because of the fear, I'm not able to
That's what I'm
feel
saying.
it.
Obsession with the physical manifestation. As long you keep yourself obsessed with the physical
Okay.
manifestation, it will come with the fear, and with fear comes resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to leave our obsession, because we have to trust the universe. We have to understand that whatever has happened will be in my best interest.
Okay.
Because when we believe in law of attraction, we trust the universe, right? We know that I'm in my best emotional state, I'm in my best vibrational state, and that is in my power. Then let the universe play the match game. If that is what universe wants to give me, it will give it to you. Or sometimes, and most of the times, it gives you much more than what you thought about. So,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So sometimes just leave it. Trust the process.
Okay. So, I mean, one last like following question is that, so is there a rule that how like we need to do that emotional manifestation very frequently, very often, or is it fine that whenever you feel like when you're unconsciously, you just sometimes you get those visions and you feel happy? Is that enough, or we need to like consciously put that efforts that, oh, I need to do emotional manifestation? Like, do you have to do it often?
No. I mean, bottom line is you have to be in the right vibrational state
Okay.
of what, and if you're in a vibrational state naturally, that's good enough. That does not mean those I mean, those who are not meditating or those who are not practicing visualization does not mean that they can't get anything, or that does not mean they are not achievers in life.
Okay.
Bottom line is, all these are tools to be in a right vibration, whether it is manifestation, whether it is awareness. All these are tools, and if you are naturally there, then so be it. The job is done.
Yeah. So, okay, last thing, sorry for this. So what I understand from the session and whatever my experience, whatever you said, is that inside, I think if we feel that we are deserving and we trust the universe, I think that's enough. Like instead of worrying about the frequency, or like how often we manifest it, or being too like, I mean, what do you say? Like being too like the tracking how many times you're manifesting. More than that, I think it's the intensity and feeling inside that, yeah, you deserve it, and trusting it. That's what matters, right? Not the frequency of you manifesting.
Because you do not manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And if you are in the right vibrational state, you will manifest that anyways.
Okay, it's all about the intensity, not the frequency.
No,
Like it's not the count, number of times you manifest, it's the intensity or how true it is.
I mean, your vibration is frequency, right? So the frequency in terms of repetition, it could be different. But what is more important is your right vibrational state throughout, anyways. Right? Now, whether you're frequent or not, some people when I meet, I mean, their journey is so inspiring. Their life, they're so calm, peaceful, so balanced. They're not, and even though they have never meditated ever in their life, but but their presence inspire you. So and I feel I'm meditating to one day to become like that. So that does not mean ki, oh, they are not meditators, so they are lacking. Meditation is a tool, is a powerful tool to transform their emotional state.
And also meditation is the only
Navya,
solution.
Shreyans, can we take this or move to the next?
Yeah, now we can just end now. So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
last
just
word.
one small thing. So but I do a lot of, like, it's overthinking. Like, I overthink a lot. So for that also, even meditation is the only solution for overthinking.
Yes, because meditation is a tool for breaking the habit of thinking, right? We become nobody, no one, nothing.
Sure.
That's the best
Thank you
thing.
so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sharda Gandhi, are you there? Hi.
I'm waiting very long for your answers. Anyway, I think I belong to your higher generation. You seem to be like my son, and I'm having trouble with two generations. Okay, one is yours and one is my grandchild,
Right.
and it's world apart, right? And being a lady becomes even more difficult. But
Right.
what I find that this whole thing in the form of my child is coming in my experience where I fought it with my husband. Okay? I came out of that. But today I'm facing the same thing with her, and the universe has made me stay with her so that I can help her out. I understand it, but I don't know how to deal with it, how to have my words clarity so that I can speak. My intentions are good. I know she needs my help. I am here. I go through whatever her mood is. But I need that understanding of where I can make a little change in their lives. In my life, of course, but help it to calm down on both sides.
So honestly, see, I don't know your life and I know the details. So
That's
so
right.
just like that to give me just pass any comment
Okay.
not be appropriate, right?
Okay.
But
Tell you.
yeah, but going forward, I'm doing a lot of. We are going to go dive deep much into the whole. A lot of workshops is on relationships now. So maybe you will get your answer from that.
I'll wait for that. I'll
Yeah.
wait for that. Thanks a lot.
Thank
And
you.
bless you. You've been
Thank
really
you.
very good.
But
I've
you
never
are
been
so graceful. Really, there's so much
Yeah.
grace on your face. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharda.
Thank you, Navita.
Thank you. Sandeep,
Yeah, can you hear me?
2, 3 more. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, is it okay?
yeah, 2, 3 more.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, first of all, Shreyans, I am really, really so impressed the way you uh, project the ideas. They directly reach and they make some kind of permanent impressions. And since I have started writing whatever you are speaking, I go through it and I myself get surprised that, oh my God, such a knowledge and in a such a simple way you are putting it. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
My
you so much.
my really, really heartfelt thanks to you and gratitude. And I just had one question, which probably is answered also in a way, but I still want some clarity on that. Is it that when we want something to manifest in our life, like any kind of a change of our environment or change of situation,
Right.
then well, if it is if I am practicing that you know practicing the visualization and feeling about it, yet things are not happening. Let's say I am saying hypothetically, if
Right.
yet things are not happening, does it mean that I do not have the enough clarity about the way it should be, or is it the super consciousness or the complete universe wants something else for my feelings, or which is better for me? Should I take it that way?
So first thing is allow the gestation period. A lot of times, we drop resistance because we objectively obviously, oh, I did it, but it's not happening. It's like the baby is conceived and you come home and say, oh, to ask the mother where is the baby. So sometimes it needs a gestation period, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And during the gestation period, what you need to be aware of your vibrations to maintain the right vibration state and drop the resistance. And honestly, manifestation is not eventually about what you want, it's about what you become in the process, right? Because everything what we need is for an emotional payoff. You want that so that eventually it will give you happiness. And if you can, and that happiness is already within us, right? The treasure is already within us.
Yeah.
So and that happiness is so cheap, but we keep looking out in the expensive shops. so we keep conditioning it. Only if that happens, then I'll be happy. But the truth is that it's so cheap. Just go within, close your eyes, and connect to yourself, and you can be happy for no reason. But the beauty is, universe plays the match game anyways. When things change inside you, things change around you. And trust me, there is no exception. So if you think that you are an exception or maybe some other plan, no, it's not. There's no other way. There's no other way but to match it. It's like law of gravity, right? So if we are on this planet, it works for everyone. So it cannot say that law of attraction is working for these 20 people, but these 12 people are special, so it will not work for them. It's not going to. It doesn't happen that way, right?
Okay.
So just trust the process, trust the law.
Whatever you are visualizing, whatever you are dreaming about, and whatever you are feeling about, it has to come through.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. And I should drop resistance. I should give gestation period. That it will come through by and by.
Right. And it's not about the outcome. Chase the feelings, not the outcome. Because outcome can be, because whatever is matching that feeling, that vibration, outcome will come accordingly. Sometimes the outcome can be far better than what you thought about. So be surprised by the unknown. Be open to the, be open. It's a journey of adventure. The journey is not predictable. But the journey can be anything that you want to be, depending on your vibration. Yeah.
Okay. So it is more about feeling what you want to get, or where you want to be, or in what state you want to be, rather than actually getting too obsessed with what you are, materialistically you are.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay if it happens, and it's okay if it don't, or if it doesn't. Is a powerful place to be.
Yeah, that's wonderfully said. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, the way you speak, Shreans, they really hammer the ideas so well, and the cliches or the phrases that you use is wonderful. Thank you very, very much once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Shreans, we can take maybe one video question, and there's one question on Q&A.
Sure.
Says, I am undergoing a surgery that can really affect my life. I'm confused. What should I think? Should I think that everything will be good, or be prepared for whatever comes and it will be God's will? Shikha, I'm asking your question.
So, definitely think of the best. Think of the most positive outcome. Feel it as if it has already happened. What if your surgery has gone amazing and you're healed? And how would you feel it? Feel those feelings, and that is the best contribution you can give.
Yeah.
Right. Rest. You leave it to you trust the process. You can only do what is in your power, and that is in your power to feel as if it's already happened, and to feel that positive outcome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So just one more, Shivani, are you there? Shivani, I think your video was on earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Yeah, hi,
Hi,
Shivani.
Shreyans.
Hi. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you, Navkirat. Sasyakal.
Sasyakal.
Okay, so thank you so much. I had a little poem to share.
Oh, lovely.
I got inspired, yes, by all of you and by, the videos I saw yesterday. And I woke up from my sleep, so I need to share this. There were 2 poems, one in Hindi, one in English.
Yeah, good.
Would you hear both?
Yeah, we'll hear both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the English one is on manifestation. Okay. So this is how it goes. Navkirat, please pardon this. It's very, very amateurish. So
There's nothing amateur about poetry. It's all heart. No heart is amateur.
yeah, I hope so.
Looking forward to listening to it.
Okay. Manifest your life with a happy vibe, like a constant daylight with an engraved smile. Into your bloodstream with a hearty streak, like clear water stream, manifest all that's within.
Beautiful. Lovely.
That was English.
Yes.
And the Hindi is a little iffy, but it's long. I'll say it. Okay, anyways. पढ़ाव की जिंदगी है, फूट फूट के कदम चल, चलते चलते पढ़ाव पर पढ़ाव कर, फूट फूट कर सांस बाहर कर.